Peace. It's all love. It's all love, and it's all love one day at a time. It doesn't always have to be so complicated. We do not have to have such an intellectual understanding of the way that we are learning, and the way that we are growing, and the way that our life is progressing, and the way your nature is developing. But at all times, it will come from this place of love. And that you are willing to be that, if nothing else, for yourself. And at all times, that's not going to manifest as something soft and gentle. I will tell you, it has not been that way in my life. But it is a calm presence. And it is a perseverance. And almost in all ways, perhaps above all things, it is an ability and a willingness to forgive. And we do that all at once. And we do that one day at a time. We process, we learn, we grow, we feel, we experience. And so much of this is just being done it's almost as if it is being done for you. And that is very beautiful. That there's a certain company to you in every moment. There is a companionship of love itself that is occurring, even if you do not feel that way, If you do not feel happy and joyous and euphoric. So much of that love that is a companion to you, you'll find it in the greatest depth of suffering. You will find it in all of your flaws and all of your failures and in the wrong that has been done to you. You will find this everlasting presence. You will find an opportunity to be humble yourself, to be acceptant towards life, to find a reason to continue forward and to benefit others, to be present simply in that you yourself can be a force for good in your life and others. And I think towards the end of our days, or perhaps all at once immediately as we meet our end, in an instant perhaps, it will blink before our eyes. I think that is what we will look back and smile on the most, is that recognition of that companionship, of that togetherness, of that wholeness, of that union in yourself, in your life, in your relationships, in your ability to positively impact things, to be a force for good. And here you will find God. It's all goodness comes from this. And we are such imperfect creatures. It is so beautiful in that way. It's tremendously beautiful in this way. We are imperfect to a design that we would have a reason. There would be occurrences in our life that would come from this imperfection in our own being, in each other, in the ways that we interact with ourselves, our environment, in each other. There would be occurrences in our life that would bring us to a breaking point, that would bring us to our knees, that would bring us to a realization that we would seek that goodness, that force of goodness that can and that does exist, and that God's hand is already waiting there for you. That eternal presence, that companionship of love It is occurring within you already. It was always there. And that is part of your learning here, as part of the journey. That we would be so imperfect that we would hurt ourselves and each other. That we would fall down and make mistakes. That we would seek a better way. And that we would become it ourselves. A better way. A way that you are. A way that I am. In God that is found here. This path to heaven. And all the tears that have fallen from your eyes, that you would find that path, the footsteps that will take you there, will be your own. But you are never alone in it, you know. He's always there with you. And that is just a bit of goodness to remember. A bit of goodness to remember. And isn't that funny? A funny thing to say, and then I will remember. That is all that we are doing. We are remembering. We are coming back to it. That force of good, that companionship, that presence of love. We are coming back to it. Our origin, that you have come from God, that you have come from love, that you have come from truth, that you exist in being itself, that you exist divinely in purpose, that you realize this and that you become it, and that you got to have this experience, that you would be a human being. How simple is that? How simple is that? You know? We would like to search and to find such a specific and profound meaning in our lives to satisfy our desire. But it's already happening. You're already doing it. If you realize it or you do not, you're already living in purpose. That is your design. That is a very funny thing. Something to laugh and smile at and be grateful for. And that love, it is just the same. Whether we realize it or whether we do not, it's already there. It is already there. Perhaps we have just made ourselves closed off to it. And perhaps there is a reason for that to happen upon your path. Let us forget a bit. Let us remember. One day at a time. And it is all love. And I'm very grateful for you. And I'm grateful for the life that is my own. And I'm happy to share it with you. And we will do it again tomorrow. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful, God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.